There's one belief most salon owners don't even realize they've adopted, and it's costing them thousands every year. We're going to break it in this video. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that moment as a salon owner where you think, am I doing this wrong? Why doesn't my team care the way that I do? Why do clients still fall through the cracks even though our service is great? Guess what? You're not broken. You're not bad at this. You've just been building without the system that actually scales. So that's what we're here to give you today, because this right here is the exact moment that changes everything. So let me show you how. You want to know how Chick-fil-A makes over $1 billion more than KFC every single year? It's actually lots of billions. And I'm not misspeaking, it's billion with a B. But it's not what you think it is. And I'll prove it with a story that Jen told me that made my jaw drop. Okay, maybe you're thinking it's the better chicken, or those magical waffle fries, or the sauce. It's pretty good, right? Nope, it's none of that. It's the my pleasure. It's the clean tables and the calm energy. It's how they make you feel. It's how they treat you. And when Jen told me this story, I realized we'd been building our salons backwards. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because my business partner, Jen, her very first job was at KFC. If you had a great first job, drop what it was in the comments. We all started somewhere incredible, and she'll be the first to tell you that chicken isn't the problem. It's the chaos. It's the confusion. It's the onboarding that skips right over people and dives straight into the process. Like, here's how to drop the biscuits. Here's the headset. Here's the closing checklist, and good luck out there, you know? But Chick-fil-A, it's different because day one is about culture. It's about service, about why it matters how you say it, not just what you say. And clearly it does. Just wait until you see the numbers, because your entire perspective on training might flip. Because in 2024, Chick-fil-A made, that's right, $22.7 billion. And KFC, they only did $4.9 billion. You guys, that is a $17.8 billion difference. You know, and something happened last week that made me want to throw my phone. It was like watching KFC trying to wear a Chick-fil-A mask, because I was scrolling on Instagram and a well-known salon coach posted a new video. She was showcasing this fancy AI onboarding tool that she built for salon owners. It sounded flashy, innovative, efficient. But when I stopped and actually looked at what she was teaching, I had to screenshot it because I couldn't believe it. It was a glorified checklist: clock in, dress code, booking system, lunch break rules. And I thought, wait a second, this sounds familiar. It sounded exactly like, you guessed it, KFC. No emotion, no presence, no values. Just a polished version of the same old survival-based onboarding that leads straight to burnout and turnover. And I want to be clear, I'm not knocking AI. You know, we use the tools, I use it daily too, but you cannot automate culture. You cannot train my pleasure through a template. And you can't shortcut belonging, you know? And I know what you might be thinking right now. That all sounds great in theory, but Lindsay, my team is different. Hold that thought. I've got something for you. So now let's shift for just a quick second to you and your team. Because if you're a salon owner, especially one with a team of, let's say, 4 to 7, you're likely doing a few things right. You're booked, you've got regulars, maybe even a wait list. But if you're being honest, you're tired. You're tired of reminding your team to smile. You're tired of the awkward energy when a new client walks in. You're tired of seeing, another client walk out and knowing they're not coming back. So I'm about to walk you through exactly what poor onboarding is costing you. And you might be shocked how fast the dollars add up, because this right here, this is the explosion moment. Because just like KFC is losing billions by ignoring how people feel, you're losing thousands, maybe tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands by not making how clients feel your top priority. And listen, I get it. You've got color formulas to track, schedules to juggle, rent, payroll, product marketing, all the stuff. It's easy to think as long as the service is good, they'll come back. But you and I both know that's a lie, because great service does not equal loyalty. A great experience does. A great experience is what equals loyalty, and because loyalty, it doesn't come from a great technique. No, loyalty comes from how people feel in your presence. It's did they feel seen? Did they feel important? Did they feel safe? Because when a guest walks in and your team doesn't acknowledge them, or they feel like an inconvenience instead of a VIP, they don't complain. They don't say anything. They just don't come back. It makes me think of visiting a nail salon every time I think about how being ignored feels, And here's the trap salon owners fall into: pride. We start thinking, well, I teach a great technique. I run a tight ship. I have a policy for that. But guess what? Chick-fil-A doesn't have fewer rules than KFC. They just lead with people first. So ask yourself, are you onboarding like KFC? Are you focused on task lists, systems, and survival? Or like Chick-fil-A, where you're focused on presence, language, energy, and legacy? Because here's what it's costing you. When a guest doesn't rebook, it's $600 a year at minimum. $600, And a team member who never fully engages, that equals lost referrals, missed transformation, missed sales, and a bad vibe at the front desk. Whew, that's the kind of Yelp review that makes your stomach drop, because every smile not given, every my pleasure missed, every moment that felt cold instead of warm, that is money walking out your door. So are you ready to flip the script? Because I'm going to give you a visual framework here that will literally change how you think about hiring and onboarding forever. So get ready to screenshot this. So we have connection, and then we have our language, and then we have our standard, and that's where the magic comes in, because you don't need a new software. You need a standard that scales. Ask yourself, is our onboarding building loyalty, or is it just outlining logistics? Do we make new hires feel something on day one? Are we actually training a legacy or just checking boxes? Because if your stomach dropped just a little, that's your sign. Let me know in the comments, are you onboarding like Chick-fil-A or like KFC right now? Be honest. I'll read every single one, and hit subscribe to this channel for weekly no fluff strategies that actually work in real salons. And if you don't know where to start, or if you don't have time to train every new team member yourself, we do. Go ahead and text the word PRO to 469-283-5590. We'll drop that in the show notes below too, and we'll send you info about our signature team training system, $1 Million Beauty Pro. It's an on-demand and live training program. It's like a plug and play education system that transforms your team from button pushers to brand builders. Because you guys, it's not about chicken. It's about culture. It's not about hair or skin. It's also about culture for us too. So let's go ahead and build the Chick-fil-A of salons together. Thanks for watching.